The center position is a international flavor tonight. The Lithuanian Sabonis made a big splash last year. The Serbian Divac is on a tear lately, 12.5 rebounds over the last 5. Sabonis is a deft passer inside. And Steve, he's a terrific outside shooter. Divac must get up on him, crowd him, and make him run the floor.
For the Hornets, they'll go with their regular 5 now. Mason, Divac, Rice, Curry, and Bogues. And, of course, for Portland, it's Kenny Anderson at the point guard spot with Ryder, Wallace, Sabonis, and Robinson. And we are underway. Portland gets the tip. Kenny Anderson going to work over Muggsy Bogues. Something that didn't happen an awful lot last year. Down low, this is Ryder over Curry. We've got a whistle and a foul right off the bat, and it's going to be on Del Curry.
Funny how much of their offense goes through Sabonis, such a good passer, and they're looking to post up here early. It's one of their favorite plays. They get it on the wing and try to dump it right down, and they're trying to get J.R. Ryder off. He's struggling from the floor a little bit so far this season, 39%, so trying to get him some close looks.
72% from the free throw line. Quiet in from Minnesota for Billy Curley and James Robinson. P.J. Carlesimo has to bring all of these disparate parts together. Seems like he's doing a pretty good job at it.
Talked to him a little bit before the game. It seemed that he likes the mix. At least the guys on the team enjoy one another.
Sabonis succeeds where Ryder could not, and it's 2-0 Portland.
It's like a throwback player, that little hook, not even jumping off of the floor, but he gets those shots off. It's 7-3.
Muggsy Bogues, nice pass inside to Anthony Mason, and Mace scores early, and that's a good sign for the Hornets.
It's good to see him be aggressive. He's got a nice test tonight as well. 6'10" Rasheed Wallace will provide a good matchup for Mason down in the low box.
Mason must give the Trailblazers reason to double team. Here's Isaiah Ryder getting free from Del Curry. Isaiah Ryder makes it 4-2 Portland.
No bump on the curl that time, and Ryder just able to leave Curry behind on a nice screen.
Here's Muggsy at the foul line, takes the jumper and hits. He usually has his best three-point shooting nights when Dick is on the opposite sideline, whether it be in New York or here in Portland.
Well, Dick Harder concerned about Del Curry's defense when he was in Charlotte, and they went right at him with Ryder early.
We have a whistle and a foul coming up. Is it a 3-second violation? Whatever, it's a turnover, and it gives the Hornets the ball with a score tied at 4. There was no signal from Eddie Rush.
It's a new no call.
Could have been traveling. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. That's why there was no call. Divac rebounded by Sabonis. Score tied 4. Tempo's going to be important, and so far, Portland's pretty much playing to Charlotte's tempo. Mason brings it back. Trailblazers have struggled against teams that like to set up in a half-court offense. Here comes Divac down the lane and causes the foul on Sabonis. Another factor is when Sabonis does not play well, usually he's in foul trouble early.
Yeah, they've been limiting his minutes, and he has been in foul trouble. There's where Vlade Divac has the advantage, foot speed, and able to get the ball out front, put it on the floor, and draw the foul. I think in that situation, and also running the floor, that he can really have a nice game against Sabonis. It's when Sabonis gets there and sets up that he becomes a problem.
Double-figure rebounds for Vlade Divac over the last 5 games. You see his line Tuesday against the Clippers. Sabonis boards the miss off the second free throw. The Hornets have the lead here 5-4. Steve Martin, Mike Ziminski in Portland. Back in our studio in Charlotte, Jerry Valancourt. And a three-pointer for Arvydas Sabonis. Sabonis, that's his 10th three-pointer of the year, so you think that's a falling shot to him. Think of it.
Now, a great standstill shooter, and Vlade Divac must get a hand up and force Sabonis to put the ball on the floor, especially to the left hand.
Here comes Glenn Rice. Rice to Divac, spins under the arm of Sabonis and scores. As we watch Tony Smith, who's getting early minutes tonight for Del Curry. Let's see how this inbounds play develops here for Portland.
Well, it's great if you're a coach and you're scouting this game. A great look at the way the play develops.
The Orlando coaches would appreciate it. Three-pointer from the corner for Clifford Robinson. Robinson makes it 10-7. Portland. Here comes Mason. Through the lane, Divac from the corner. And Vladdy's got it cranked up here tonight. He's got 5. he sees somebody he can score on, he's going to put a hurting on Arvydas Sabonis, or at least he's going to try to. 10-9, Portland in the lead.
Those two combined are 4 of 5, and Vlade's got the outside stroke going.
Tony Smith and Vlade with the steal, and Vlade with a layup that puts the Hornets back out in front here by a score of 11-10, and Vlade has 7 of those 11.
And Sabonis never got over half court. Too much speed for Divac, and when he gets involved early, Steve, he has big games.
Anderson to Clifford Robinson. Robinson, contract year for him. Sabonis with the calculated hook. 7 points for Sabonis, so it's a draw in the center. Portland leading by 1.
They signed that non-aggression pact before the game.
Down comes away to Anderson on Rice's miss. He sees Wallace, who sees Ryder, who sees 2. Ryder.
Nice run, a very athletic team. They like to get out and run, especially here at home, and a good break between Ryder and Wallace.
Muggsy Bogues, high pick and roll, finds Mason eventually, rotating over is Sabonis, and Mason takes him on the dribble, and Sabonis with the foul. So the Hornets find that they can victimize Sabonis or neutralize him with quickness.
See, that was a terrific play by Mason. They switched him off. Mason draws him away from the box, and Sabonis just can't move his feet fast enough to stay up with Anthony Mason.
This brings Chris Dudley in the game, a better rebounder, but not as big an offensive threat.
Not nearly the passer, not a scorer, but he is their leading shot blocker and rebounder.
Gives him a better defensive presence, so life won't be so easy for Vlade Divac, it seems. Divac to the rack, and he says it doesn't matter. 9 points for Vlade Divac, and the Hornets trail by 1.
Well, he got a little home cooking in L.A. and then 2 days off. Vlade Divac looks refreshed.
Chris Dudley in the lane, fades away. Oh, Clifford Robinson for 2 on a slam dunk follow.
Rice never got a body on him. Robinson able to run right down the lane.
16-13. Smith with a nice speed. Blocked by Dudley. Mason blocked again by Dudley and taken by Dudley. Here's Tony Smith looking inside for Divac. Divac working on Wallace. Wallace puts an arm up. Can't stop him. There's the shot by Smith on the tip, and Ryder gets the rebound. Anderson into front court now for Portland. Kenny into the lane, penetrates. Dudley rejected by Divac.
To this point, 13.5 points a game, almost 7 rebounds, a very solid start. He knew he wasn't going to get much of a chance in Washington. 2 great forwards already there.
Divac into Rice with a beautiful pass, and Rice scores the bucket. That's going to be the 4th turnover for Portland.
Talked about Sabonis' passing ability, but Vlade Divac's very good in his own right, and that was a terrific lob pass to Glenn Rice.
Here's Mason at the top. Looking for Divac in the post, working on Dudley. Rice tries to scrape off a screen. Divac watches the cutting action and takes the hook. Vlade finishes. He's got 11, the game's leading scorer, and the Hornets trail by 1, 18-17. This is Anderson looking for Wallace to post up. Mason giving him fits. Anderson takes it in himself. Divac deflects. Shot clock, still plenty of time, and here's Isaiah Ryder to follow. 6 points for J.R. Ryder. And it's 20-17.
He's only 6'5", but very powerfully built, and always a guard in his career that has liked to attack the basket.
Rice in the post up, turns and hooks and hits off the screen. Mason isolated in the low post, trying to ride him out there is Wallace. Mason does not finish, gets the rebound sent right back to him, and he gets fouled. And the foul is going to be on Chris Dudley. Dudley picking up his first. That's the team's 5th. Hornets in the penalty from here on out, and Mason to the line.
So this is an example of a guy not showing up in the stats, but Divac kept that alive. He tapped it. He couldn't get it, but tapped it right to Mason to allow him to get control and get the 2 free throws. A good job by Vlade Divac. Those 2 guys are doing a terrific job around the low box.
Mason to the free throw line. He was perfect in 3 trips against the Clippers, shooting 73%, or now 42 for 57 from the line the last 7 games. See, his rebounds and assists were down against the Clippers on Tuesday night.
I believe only had 1 assist in that game, which is very unusual for Anthony Mason, and that's just a byproduct of him not getting double teamed in that game and having nobody to pick out on the perimeter.
Hornets quietly retake the lead, 21-20. Isaiah Ryder passed the overplay. Tony Smith steals it. 3-on-2 break ahead for Goldwire. Gets it under control. Divac joins the break late. Here's Mason. Mason backing down on Wallace. Kicks to Tony Smith with the shot from the corner. And he's got it.
It's a team, they only average 18 assists, so you know there's a lot of one-on-one being basketball played, and Trent tried to do it on that time.
Glenn Rice's shot rattled around the cylinder. Anderson brings it into front court. Working our way toward the final minute of play here in this first quarter. Anderson penetrates, and we got a foul on Tony Smith out front. Stay with him.
Kenny Anderson has not been a factor offensively from a scoring standpoint. 0 of 1, but 4 assists. He's trying to make an aggressive move on Tony Smith that time. And Smith got called for the hand check.
Anderson, their leading scorer at 18.4 a game. He's had 8 outings of 20 or better and 1 of 32.
His assists are down. We're talking to P.J. Carlesimo before the game, mainly because the starting unit is shooting so poorly. Robinson down around 40%, Ryder in the high 30s.
And as a team, it shot the worst, 66%. Here's Rice, blocked by Rasheed Wallace.
They are long along the front line. They've got 3 or 4 guys who average a block a game, Wallace being one of them, and he met Rice at the rack.
Shot clock is gone. Kenny Anderson now works the game clock under 10. He penetrates the kick out for 3. Back the other way. Here's Goldwire. Lets it go with the buzzer, and it counts. Nice way to finish the first quarter for the Hornets as they lead in Portland, 29-24 through 1 at the Rose Garden.
Charlotte leads 29-24 at the start of the second. We talk about stopping the basketball in transition. Kenny Anderson never got in front of Goldwire and allowed that basket.
Here are the Bojangles hustle stats led by Portland thanks to a 14-7 rebounding edge, but the Hornets lead on the scoreboard here by a score of 29-24. Bojangles official chicken of the Charlotte Hornets. Well, Anthony Goldwire has the ball. Jermaine O'Neal is out on the floor now for Portland, along with Sasha Djordjevic. Down low, here comes Divac on O'Neal, takes him down low, and there's a goaltending call, a basket interference actually. And Divac now has 13.
O'Neal, very slight of build, obviously not as physically mature as everybody else on the floor, and probably violating a few child labor laws here in Oregon, but Vlade Divac able to back him right to the rim.
Alexander Djordjevic out of Yugoslavia played alongside Vlade Divac on the Yugoslavian team, and the ball is tipped finally, I think, by Jermaine O'Neal. That's his first points on this floor.
Nobody put a body on him. He scored his first bucket, became the youngest player ever in the history of the NBA last night in Denver.
Sabonis, Djordjevic, O'Neal, along with Trent and McKee, the lineup for Portland. Here's Malik Rose powering inside. His shot doesn't go. Sabonis with the rebound.
They're obviously as concerned with his off-the-floor growth as they are his on-the-court growth here in Portland.
To Eau Claire High School in Columbia, South Carolina, and Arvydas Sabonis has picked up his 3rd. And that is not a sight that settles well with P.J. Carlesimo.
Vlade Divac using the dribble, the fake, and Sabonis putting his hands up. You can see offensively, Sabonis 3 of 4 on the game, 7 points. Chris Dudley 0 of 5, no points. That's the trade-off.
And here comes Rasheed Wallace in for Arvydas Sabonis, who probably seen his last time here in the first half, unless things really get ugly. 32-26 as Divac hits the first and the second. Vlade looks like he's very, he looked comfortable in Los Angeles the other night too. Djordjevic with it, but he just got into foul trouble and was limited in these games.
They had a terrific game, 18, 12, 6 assists, 2 block shots. Not much more you can ask out of your center.
Gary Trent kicks out to Djordjevic. Djordjevic with the 3-pointer. Portland now 3 for 4. The Hornets have not attempted one. Malik Rose draws the foul in transition at the other end.
Djordjevic's strength is his perimeter shooting, and we saw evidence of that here early in his stint.
34-29, 5-point edge for the Hornets. Aaron McKee with the ball. Out to the top, it goes to Wallace. Here's Djordjevic. Another jump shot from the corner. And the Hornets need to get up in his face. He's got 5 early, and the Hornets lead by 3. Goldwire, pick and roll. Both players slide with it, and Burrell for the 3-pointer. First 3-point attempt of the game. With it, coming back, Curry. And Jermaine O'Neal picks up the loose ball. Malik Rose takes it right back from him. Here is Divac in the lane with a hook for 2. And Divac has 17 first-half points, 36-31 to credit Malik Rose with a hustle. Back down low, goes to Wallace, turns in the lane and hits. Rasheed Wallace for his 6th point of the game. It's 36-33. And the Hornets run out a bit. Malik Rose has position on Gary Trent, and the reverse works. Malik Rose with 6. His career high is 7. The Hornets are out to the biggest lead, which is 8. Isaiah Ryder down low for Wallace. Wallace gets doubled, swings it out to Anderson, who will take the 3. Just like that.
Kenny Anderson of the starters has been their most reliable three-point shooter, and on the swing that time, he was wide open.
Anderson, 32 out of 85 coming into the game. That's 4 out of 5 for Portland right now, and they're still 6 back. Here's Rice. Rice has been adequately defended tonight. Here's Mason in the lane. Mace goes with a little hook, and it works. It's Portland 4 out of 5. High pick and roll, Anderson and Dudley. So who's going to keep that? And out battling Dudley for the rebound was Curry, but taking it back is Portland's Ryder. Who was that?
Kenny Anderson got it back. A nice hustle play by Anderson that time. Tracked down that loose ball.
Hornets lead by 6. Rice at the top. Trying to take Robinson off the dribble. Cliff's done a good job on him. Mason now. Posted up on Wallace. Takes it into the lane. Turns up and under. And Anthony Mason in double figures with 10. And it's 46-38. Charlotte in the lead by 8.
Portland is committed to not coming down to double in the post. They're happy with not letting Charlotte get three-pointers. Charlotte only 0 of 1 from behind the three-point line to this point.
Here's Curry with the steal. Curry trying to beat Ryder to the rack. Count the 2 as Ryder goaltends. Curry with 4. The Hornets by 10, 48-38. The Hornets content not to use the three-point shot.
Yeah, when you can score like that, when you're that efficient, especially in the open floor. See, 12 turnovers now for Portland for 17 Charlotte points.
Charlotte shooting 56% from two-point range. Very efficient offensively. Wallace now moves into the lane, turns on Rose, and hits. Rasheed Wallace for 8. 48-40. Here comes Mason, right back the other way. Mason to the dotted line, kicks it out. Rice for 3, no, but short. And Rose out positions Dudley for the rebound. Rice for 3 more, yeah, this goes. Rice for 3, he has 7, Hornets by 11. And Portland now calls timeout.
Glenn Rice tried to buy a foul that time. The referees wouldn't bite on it.
Rice now in the post-up, gets doubled, tries to get it back to Divac. He saves to Trent. Portland breaks out 5 on 4. Anderson guarded there by Del Curry. Into the paint. Oh, nobody was on Dudley because Divac was way up at the other end of the court. And Dudley scored.
On that last play, Divac fell into a cameraman on the baseline trying to save that ball and never got into the play. And Dudley was doing jumping jacks under the basket to try to draw attention.
51-44. Divac tries to give it to Curry, and Curry knocked it out of bounds, says stop Wall. Anderson comes into front court. Into the lane, Ryder breaks down Curry and scores. He's got 8. Portland making the move. They're just 5 back thanks to a 6-0 run.
Second time he's gotten a dunk out of that play, curling the low screen.
Here's Divac, the roll to the rack. It works. And Divac with 19. Vlade Divac with a great first half. Charlotte 53-46. Kenny Anderson with the ball in front court now for Portland. Charlotte answering spectacular hoops that bring a lot of noise. Come back, get 2 more, and the hole's just as big. 3-pointer for J.R. Ryder. Ryder with a triple.
Clifford Robinson drew the double team that time, and there was a nice swing of the basketball. Ryder able to tee it up.
5 for 6 Portland is from 3-point range. Divac backing down on Dudley, rejected by Dudley. Taken back by Mason, and a foul coming up on Gary Trent. Here comes Anderson out on top. Not a 3-point attempt, but 2 taken by Mason. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, 3rd-round pick in 1988, and I think I'm not sure whether he came to camp or not, and might have been when he went overseas.
Played in Turkey for a while. He was cut by the Nets in a numbers game. They were trying to sign Derek Holden for three. It's slice, and it's a brick. Hornets 1 for 4 from three-point range. 7 seconds left to go in the half. Clifford Robinson working his way for a two. Oh, it's an air ball. Hornets try to get one last shot off. Gold wire, no, won't count. Goldie tried to end the second as he ended the first, but the Hornets end the first half in command. They lead by 6 here as we face intermission. Help out with assists because Kenny Anderson seems to be wanting to take the ball game into his own hands. Arvydas Sabonis can move the offense.
And everybody else on the floor too. A lot of breakdowns, a lot of one-on-one basketball in that first half for Portland. Plays right into Charlotte's hands.
Hornets want a quick start here so they can get going where they left off. Mason with the shot fake, 8 on the shot clock, works his way to the baseline and has it stolen. Kenny Anderson and Arvydas Sabonis execute the play defensively. Here comes Anderson. He'll take it right inside and try to penetrate and score. Mason with the rebound. Anthony Mason now already has 8 rebounds in this game. So he's looking for his 5th double-double. Divac outside, a little too much out of his lane. Clifford Robinson picks up the rebound. So the Hornets unsuccessful in 2 trips down.
That's a case where if Divac could have taken one more big dribble, they would have gotten more into his shooting area.
Here's Sabonis working on Divac and forces Vlade into the foul. And that's his first.
Vlade Divac not in trouble that way. And this is Sabonis. He likes to spin to the baseline on that left block. It's just kind of almost not even attempt to make the shot, but draw fouls in that situation.
And shooting fouls. Sabonis to the free throw line. He's a 74% free throw shooter. Was runner-up for Rookie of the Year last year and 6th man. Matter of fact, on this court tonight, we have 3 players in succession who were 6 men. Clifford Robinson, 92-93. Three-pointer by Ryder doesn't go. The Hornets walk out on the rebound. Divac deflects ahead to Bogues, ahead to Curry for the turnaround and the basket. Del Curry with 6, and the Hornets now lead by that margin, 57-51.
Good look up the floor that time by Muggsy Bogues. Del Curry leaked out on the play.
Pick and roll, Sabonis rolling to the rack. And Rasheed Wallace on the dunk misses. Mason gets position on Sabonis for the rebound. Case of being a little too wide open. Here's Divac to the rack, underhand, past Wallace for his 21st point of the night. Vlade Divac carrying the Hornets 59-51.
Vlade Divac running that right wing, stayed nice and wide, gave him a good angle to come in on the basket.
His 3rd time in excess of 20 points. There's the double by Divac and the steal as Robinson tried to pass out of it. Here's Bogues. Bogues waits for numbers as Portland gets back. So Charlotte, after missing on the first 3 trips down, take advantage here. Trying to get a turnover on an extra trip. Divac controls it and doesn't get it. Kenny Anderson with a rebound.
You know, things are going so well. Vlade Divac missed that first play, got it back, and was disappointed that shot didn't go down.
Anderson spins away from Bogues and has an easy layup on the baseline. Anderson with 9. Hornets lead is 6. Bogues comes back the other way. Muggsy just didn't have the speed to stay up with him. Now he tries to get it back at the other end and does. Muggsy Bogues with 4. Ryder posts up Wallace. There's the double from Rice. Comes back out. The Hornets rotate out, and Rice has to hurry to get out there to Ryder, but he does. 4 on the shot clock. Ryder with the call inside, and it goes to Sabonis. Sabonis for 2. 61-55 Hornets.
Amazing. Just never leaves his feet in the paint area and finds a way to lean around and flip the ball by people.
Ryder with a nice feed. Here's Curry from outside for 2. That's a 2-pointer by Dell, who has not attempted the 3-pointer tonight. 63-55, Hornets by 8.
Dell hasn't taken many shots whatsoever. Only 5 field goal attempts so far.
Look at that pick and roll when they use the bonus. Sabonis with a clothesline 3, his 2nd of the night. Portland 6 out of 7 behind the line, but they still trail by 5.
The natural inclination is not to dive out of the 7-3 guy behind the 3-point line, but you got to understand he can hit that shot.
There is Rice rising for 3 and hits it in the face of Clifford Robinson. Rice with 10.
Sitting next to Mel Blanc here.
Ryder towards the right miss. Up in the front court, Ryder is going to finish. J.R. Ryder splits the defense and gets his 13th point. The Hornets lead is cut to 6, 66-60. Anderson in the front court. Ryder down low, goes to Sabonis. Sabonis kicks out. Here's Ryder again, posting to Sabonis. Divac with a quick hand. Penetrating is Anderson, and Anderson scores. Here's the overhead shot. You watch the Portland offense develop. 8 on the shot clock. Sabonis. Divac's out on him this time. 3 on the shot clock. Ryder to finish, and he does. J.R. Ryder. 15 points for J.R. Ryder, and it's a 3-point Charlotte lead.
That play wasn't going anywhere, and because Divac came out on that play, didn't allow Sabonis to get the jump shot, but Ryder bails him out.
Here's Divac, and Sabonis picks up his 4th. Now, I must explain, the foul prior to the last timeout was changed from Sabonis to Rasheed Wallace. Wallace has 4, and now Sabonis has 4. That brings Chris Dudley off the bench.
Vlade Divac, so when you get that shoulder into the player and get it past him, makes it tough on the referees not to make that call. Let's take a look and see what Charlotte does the rest of this quarter with Sabonis out of the ball game.
3 team fouls on Portland. Charlotte has 1. Mason inside for the basket. Anthony Mason with 15. There's Muggsy on the perimeter. There's Mason. They wait for the double again. Who's it going to come from? Nobody this time. Now it goes from the bottom to Dudley as he slides off Divac and gets the block. Dudley with 3 blocks. 4 blocks, actually. And the defense works. 69-66. Portland trailing by 3. Here's Dudley in close. Don't count the basket. Hornets lead now just 2. Glenn Rice trying to work on Clifford Robinson. 5 on the shot clock. Divac misses the handle. And the ball loose on the floor. Portland gets it back with a chance to tie this time down. Kenny Anderson now with the ball. 4-minute mark here in the 3rd. And a key possession coming up for the Trailblazers. Here's Anderson taking it into his own hands. Gets his own rebound on the miss. Blocked by Mason going up. And it's stolen back by J.R. Ryder. And Portland coming to life here in the 3rd quarter. Trailing by as many as 11 points, and they're now down by only 2.
Kenny Anderson can't believe he didn't get a foul call on either one of those shots in the last possession.
Ryder to Clifford Robinson. They've inverted the floor now. They've got Anderson down low posting up. Robinson has been quiet all this first half. Muggsy Bogues tries to put the Hornets back in command again. They are tied at 69 all. First time the game's been tied since the 3:31 mark. Divac inside, ball blocked, gets it back to Mason. No! The Hornets have had several opportunities in close, and they haven't been able to score. Blazers on a 9-2 run.
Leading shot blocker, though, in the game, Chris Dudley, and he's a much better defensive presence inside than is Sabonis.
Hornets take it clean from Clifford Robinson. That's his 5th block of the game for Dudley, by the way. Here is Rice trying to get the quick rise, and it's off Glenn Rice's leg as he lets it go out of bounds.
A little sloppy. Clifford Robinson coming up and pressuring Glenn Rice on the perimeter, uses active hands to knock that ball away.
Hornets making some key mistakes in this 3rd quarter, including going scoreless in the first 3 times down the floor, missing 2 good opportunities in those 3. Here's Robinson turning on Rice, and he hits. Robinson starting to heat up. He's got 9, and Portland takes the lead for the first time since the 1st quarter, thanks to a 7-0 run, 71-69. Here's Muggsy, jumper. No, it's off the mark. The tip by Curry is rebounded by Portland's Chris Dudley. Here's Anderson on his way to the hoop. A 9-0 run. Anderson with 15. He's got 8 this quarter, and the Trailblazers have come back.
Big man slow getting back in transition for Charlotte on that play. And once Anderson got around Bogues, there was nobody left.
73-69. Portland on a 13-2 march. Here's Mason directing traffic. You see the time on the shot clock. There's the shot by Mason to quiet the crowd. 17 for Anthony Mason. However, they are 7-0 when they have a lead headed into the 4th quarter. Curry stops, fires, shot good. With 5.6 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Curry for 10. Hornets hampering Anderson in backcourt. Anderson stops for a 3. No good, and the third quarter comes to an end. Well, sorry, Peggy Holt, since Del Curry didn't get a three-pointer for you in the third, you'll receive a consolation prize courtesy of Harris Teeter. In our next game, the value of the three-point payoff will be $600. Hornets lead the Blazers as we head to the fourth, 75-74 at the Rose Garden. Blazers lead in hustle stats thanks to a 4-rebound edge, but if you'd have told Dave Cowens that his team would only be 4 back in rebounds through 3 quarters to the best rebounding team in the league, I think he'd take that.
Absolutely. And you look at the way, especially offensively, Charlotte's front line has dominated Portland. Portland's guards are holding them in at this point.
75-74. Alexander Djordjevic in the ball game. He's at the point, in underneath Sabonis on Divac, and Sabonis scores. Portland retakes the lead.
Can't let the feed come down from the top like that. Sabonis so big, able to step in and get the direct pass right from the top of the key.
Mason handles at the point. Goldwire. Seeing Malik Rose in the post. Malik past O'Neal to Divac for the dunk. Vlade Divac with 23 ties his best effort in a Hornet uniform, and Charlotte retakes the lead, 77-76.
A little attaboy to Malik Rose on that play. Found Divac through the double team for a nice assist.
Djordjevic now hampered by Goldwire. Down low goes Sabonis. Roll to the baseline, and he is fouled by Divac. And that is 4 on Vlade.
And that was just a play. Sabonis just fell down in that play. There was very little contact, and Vlade was moving his feet well.
At home or away, follow the Hornets on 11:10 WBT. Bob Lick and Mike Jaminski bring you the action tomorrow night starting at 9:30 when the Hornets take on Seattle from Key Arena on the voice of the Hornets, 11:10 WBT.
Sabonis likes to roll when he's receiving the pass, especially to the baseline side, and here he just catches and whirls. And Vlade moved his feet. Sabonis hit the deck, got the call.
Sabonis with 17, now 18, and Portland back out in front. Lead change every 2 points. 78-77, Portland in the lead. Goldwire gets around a screen. Djordjevic gets up on him. Here's Mason. Goldwire wants the 3, but Djordjevic read the scouting report. 6 on the shot clock. Divac for 2 more. Vlade Divac with 25. Hornets back in front by 1.
But they're going to try and give each one of those guys a look, see if any one of them emerges.
Ryder for 3, his second three-pointer of the night. He's got 18. Portland 7 for 8 on triples, and they lead 81-79. Mason. Back again, it goes to Rice. Baseline shot, Glenn is good. Glenn Rice ties the ball game at 81. His 12th point of the game.
People still telling me to tuck my shirt in.
I should know how to dress myself by now. Sabonis rolls the other way and scores. 20 points for Sabonis. Goldwire down low, goes to Rice. Glenn turns, drop step, fire. No. Sabonis battling his own people for the rebound. Djordjevic up court. Goes to Ryder, who can be spectacular. Ryder on the bigger cover now. Pulls the ball back. Portland by 4. Clear out for J.R. Ryder. Ryder fades back and misses. Here's Mason at the top. Mace to Goldwire. Down low, Divac. Divac with 25. His roll to the rack on Sabonis is good. And the Hornets can take advantage of that. Sabonis working with 4 fouls. 27 points for Vlade, and it's 85-83 Portland.
This makes it so tough as a post player if you can go both ways. And Divac has been scoring with his right-hand hook shot, and that set up that drop step to the baseline.
Sabonis gets behind Vlade, and the pass goes to Wallace for the dunk. Wallace with 10. Blazers by 4.
Sabonis slow of foot, but Rasheed Wallace is not. He got up in a hurry.
Goldwire in the front court as we're at the 6.5-minute mark. Mason out of the post on Robinson. Feels his presence. Baseline and hits. 21 points for Anthony Mason, tying his season high with the Hornets. Charlotte down by only 2. Djordjevic. Portland 5-2 in this building. 6-6 on the road. They got a big homestand here. Here's Wallace taking it in. Floats it up high. Doesn't get it. And Malik Rose tipped it in for him.
That'll be the cheapest basket that Rasheed Wallace ever receives. And Malik Rose mistimed his jump, couldn't get control of the ball and tapped it in. And this ball bounced very high up off the basket, and Malik Rose thought it was going to come off cleanly. It ticked the rim coming down, and he tipped it in.
89-85, Portland by 4. Goldwire back the other way, halfway through the quarter. Mason takes it in, no double, fades and misses. Divac tips the rebound and contains. Rice for three, no. The three-pointer has not been kind to the Hornets tonight. They've missed 5 of their 7 attempts.
And Portland is 7 of 12. They're shooting it very well.
We have a timeout on the court with 5:33 left to play in the fourth quarter. It's the Blazers by 4. You know, we oftentimes think the schedule maker was kind to us. They were cruel to Minnesota. Seattle last night, Utah tonight. There's Vlade Divac. Great night for him. 27 points, a new Hornets season high for him. But Charlotte trailing here by 4, 89-85. Kenny Anderson back in the ball game, puts it up on the drive and misses. And Mason cleans the board. Anthony Mason with 15, now 14 rebounds. Muggsy Bogues with a handle out top. Bogues looking to move the offense. The Hornets offense has been a little stagnant. It goes down into Mason. There's no double for Mason. He'll have to score to earn one. Shovels it across to Divac. His shot doesn't go, and Sabonis pulls away the rebound. The Hornets have not been able to do anything from three-point range. Here's the shot clock with 7, and Divac cruises around Sabonis for his 29th point. Now the Hornets trail here by 2, 89-87.
On the year, Vlade Divac averaged 9 field goal attempts a game. He's got 13 of 23 from the floor.
Taking to the inside, the Hornets have gotten a lot of work out of the paint tonight. Anderson down low, Sabonis. He gets tied up with Divac and taps his miss in. Sabonis for 22.
And also in this fourth period, Charlotte not getting any second opportunities.
Anderson to Wallace up and under, baseline plus the foul on Mason. The three-point play gives Portland their biggest lead of the night, 93-87 with 3:16 to go.
Let's look at Kenny Anderson here, creating inside where Wallace gets behind the defense. Anthony Mason lost him because he had to pay attention to Kenny Anderson. Anderson, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists.
Anderson 5 triple-doubles in his career.
He made a mistake by getting pushed in. They don't want to give up free throw rebounds with 2 minutes to go in the game.
There's the shot by Del Curry. Well, Del Curry makes it 12 points. 2:06 to go. Hornets trail by 5. Charlotte looking to force a Portland team to turn the ball over, a team that has been willing to do so in the past. Robinson down low to Rasheed Wallace. Oh, double clutch block and taken away this time by Del Curry. So there's the defensive stop. Twice they blocked and took it away from Robinson. Here's Mason, baseline. Oh, no, doesn't get it. Puts up, back, and good. Plus a foul. The Hornets now just 3 back.
Terrific play by Anthony Mason, and just by staying with it, missed an easy layup. But because it hit the rim, he's able to go up after his own offensive rebound on the other side. Good finish. Strong game, Anthony Mason.
Anthony Mason with 23 and a chance for the three-point lead.
I said in the beginning they should be competitive to stay in this game. They have been. And Mason's career high is 20 rebounds, so he's closing in on that, but misses a big free throw.
He's missed his last 3, and the margin is 3 with 1:31 left to play. Hornets switch off. They've got Mason on Sabonis. Ryder trying to find him in the post. Pick and roll with Ryder on Curry. Rises for the jumper. Doesn't get it. Mason outfights him for the rebound. Good move by the Hornets to switch off Mason. Portland scoreless out of the last 2 minutes.
In the pick and roll, they didn't allow Ryder to get to the rim. They forced him to take the jump shot.
Wallace playing hard on Mason in the post. Curry looking for him in there again, has given up the dribble. 6 on the shot clock. Mason with it. 4 on the shot clock. 3-2. Curry for 3 to tie. No. And Rasheed Wallace comes away with a rebound.
Would have been tough. J.R. Ryder stayed at home with Del Curry, and Del just had to redirect that pass to the rim.
Hornets have played good defense in the last couple of minutes, but it all could go for naught if Kenny Anderson can engineer a score from Clifford Robinson here. Robinson with 11 points, his first bucket in the fourth quarter. Portland now up by 5 as the Hornets call timeout. We'll get it inbounds now to Anderson, and Goldwire obliges and picks up his third.
Players out on the floor.
Guys, you might want to foul Clifford Robinson. He's still out on the floor. And Robin Anderson misses the free throw.
And, Robinson and Wallace are the two guys you've got to get to here early. Wallace 66%, Robinson 69%.
The Hornets now, however, Mike, are almost forced to try to look for a three in their first opportunity and also try to score quickly. He misses both. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Sabonis and Wallace, and it's going to be Hornets ball. So Charlotte only losing 3 seconds on the turnover. Here's Goldwire.
And make something happen here fast.
And he could not. So Charlotte almost stuck looking for 3 points here somewhere. Divac will take it from out top. No. Curry gets the rebound. No. And Portland gets it clean. Anderson took this game over in the third quarter. He has not scored in the fourth, but he had 8 of his 15 points in the third. He has 9 assists and 7 rebounds. And he misses his third straight free throw with 10.9 seconds left to go. Hornets still have 2 fulls and a 20.
And they'll use him. He makes this one. It's still a 2-possession ball game we're looking at. 6-point deficit if he makes this one. Sabonis almost fouled the last possession coming over the top.
Anderson makes the free throw, has 16. Hornets have to scurry down there and get a 3. Goldwire will have to take it himself. No, gives to Rice. Rice jockeys for the 3. Got it. No, it's a 2. Ed Rush said he stepped inside the line. 2.6 seconds left to go. The Hornets try to foul but cannot. The game ends and Portland comes away a winner. 97-93 the final after Rice made the basket. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. We've got a whistle, and Ed T. Rush says this thing isn't over yet.
Yeah, well, now they are going to call a foul, and they're going to give Charlotte 4/10 of a second. And it is academic at this point, but Dave Cowens was calling for the foul as that play was tracking down. Kenny Anderson got the ball, and I believe Vlade Divac fouled him.
And here comes Anderson to the free throw line. Anderson misses. Anderson getting set for the second. Well, Anderson has not been good. Count the basket by Sabonis? No. The basket by Sabonis does not count. And the final score remains 97-93. So the Hornets now have seen their 3rd straight loss on this road trip. They're 1-4 with 2 games remaining at Seattle tomorrow night and Vancouver on Monday night. Our Budweiser player of the game, Arvydas Sabonis for Portland. Going to work inside. The hook shot, 2 of his 22 points. His 22 points, profound influence when he was able to have some influence in the second half, and a double-double for him. 22 points and 10 rebounds.